Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the presentation by the Thomas Jefferson Center for Constitutional Studies. My name is Glenn Kimber, President of the Center. The Thomas Jefferson Center now presents the most powerful political office in the world, the President of the United States. During the 1787 Constitutional Convention, one of the first challenges the Founding Fathers addressed was determining how many presidents America should have. Under the Articles of Confederation, you'll remember, America had no president or chief executive officer. So the founders agreed that they needed at least one president to handle the administrative functions of the government. Some wanted one president, some thought three would be best, and some thought there should be a president for each state. They were so divided on this issue, it would require 67 votes and heated debate to come to a consensus. The founders finally agreed that a single executive would provide greater energy and efficiency. They came to understand that a single executive can act with vigor but cannot evade accountability. A single executive would be like the captain of a ship and the best safeguard against tyranny under the veto authority of the House and the Senate. However, even with veto authority and checks and balances within the government, the founders were still concerned about Lord Acton's powerful and true statement. That was that power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. The founders therefore restricted the president's responsibilities to only 6 main administrative areas. The 6 responsibilities are specified in Article 2 of the Constitution. Responsibility number 1, the president is chief of state over the whole nation. Number 2, the president is commander-in-chief over America's military forces. 3, the president is the chief executive officer of the whole executive branch of the government. 4, the president is the chief diplomat in handling foreign relations. 5, the president is the chief architect for needed legislation, and in so doing, he advises the Congress what is needed to accomplish these areas of responsibility. And 6, the president is the conscience of the nation in granting pardons or reprieves when he feels justice requires them. These 6 duties, then, define the executive office of President of the United States as it was in the time of our founders. It is readily apparent that the president's duties today are radically different than they were originally. What are we expecting the president to do today? Over the last century, Congress has assigned to the president many major responsibilities that have greatly expanded his office and role. Most of these additions have gone beyond the original authorized constitutional duties. Some of these additional powers replace the definition of the federal government's responsibilities as explained by Madison when he said, "The powers delegated by the proposed Constitution to the federal government are few and defined. These few federal powers pertain to the external government, that is, laws and regulations which are outside of the states. The new encroaching powers take the administrative arm out from under the executive branch and reach it right into the jurisdiction of the states, affecting the people directly. Here are some of those new executive responsibilities authorized to the President of the United States by Congress. The responsibilities of maintaining full employment for the workforce of the entire nation. The task of ensuring a high level of agricultural prosperity. The task of developing a national housing program. The task of supervising the exclusive distribution of atomic energy resources. Underwriting hundreds of billions of dollars in private loans and private insurance programs. providing various kinds of federal relief for victims of natural disasters throughout the country at the taxpayer's expense, administering a national welfare program, taking from the haves and giving to the have-nots, administering a national Medicare and Medicaid program, administering a national Social Security program, allocating billions of dollars for educating the young, settling major labor union management disputes, administering a network of health agencies, administering the environmental protection of the entire nation, administering nearly 40% of the nation's land area and its resources, administering supervisory control over the discovery and development of all major energy resources, regulating all major U.S. industries such as steel, automobile manufacturing, coal mining, oil production, metal mining, etc. Then supervising all radio, television, and internet broadcasting in the United States as a prerequisite to issuing licenses, and monitoring the manufacturing and distribution of food and drugs, requiring special permission before any drug can be distributed, initiating various types of federal programs regionally, replacing state sovereignty. The concentrating of all this power was done with the best of intentions and with glowing promises. However, this theory of federal government encroachment into the states and over the people has turned out to be as counterproductive as the founders warned it would be. It had become totally destructive to the whole welfare of the nation. Modern constitutional scholars have pointed out that there are at least 4 major drawbacks to this centralist philosophy. These include: 1, it is unbelievably expensive. Government has become sluggish and inefficient. The executive branch, with its trillions of dollars, is now intimidating both members of Congress and the states. It has become impossible for one human being, the president, to administer all the assignments given to him. Look at this. Here are just some of the president's current responsibilities as executive. You can go through list after list. With the various agencies and groups, they now extend to more than 2,600. In addition, he has been made the overseer of these federal bureaus. Also, he is administrator over the following agencies. Each of these organizations, agencies, groups, bureaus, etc., have all been given authority to issue regulations and policies that are enforceable in the courts as laws. The Founding Fathers' concept that the American people are not to be subject to any laws not written and approved by their elected representatives in Congress has been totally destroyed. Notice that all of this has been done with the consent of our elected officials who took an oath of office to protect us from such a runaway government. Along with these powers assigned and duties that Congress has given him, the President has also taken upon himself additional authority by issuing executive orders. Originally, the founders gave authority to the President as the chief executive officer to give instructions to those who work under him in the executive branch of government. These instructions were transmitted by executive order. However, the President began to extend these executive orders to include instructions and directions to every branch of the government and every aspect of society. And these executive orders are tantamount to be enforceable laws. In 2009, the President issued 39 executive orders, and so far in 2010, he has issued 26 more. Each of these are extensive and reach deep into the internal affairs and operations of the states, as well as every aspect of the federal government. Not only have the President's executive orders overpowered much of America, But his orders now extend into relationships with foreign governments. Some of these are even done in secret agreements, avoiding the proper use of treaties. Many agreements commit the sacred tax funds of the American taxpayer, and some even commit the lives of the citizens, as the President tries to make America the policeman of the world, even if it means entangling alliances and undeclared wars. Once again, Congress had done nothing to put checks and balances on these executive orders. Obviously, this is too much power in one man. As God told Moses when he tried to do it all, "Thou wilt surely wear away both thou and this people that is with thee. For this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. Neither can our president." The President has now created a new level of government to help with all his administrative duties by assigning czars to see that his orders are carried out. This must stop. To heal our languishing nation, the executive branch must be restored to its original intent. The office of President must be reined in to its original 6 powers, which were assigned in the original Constitution. Inasmuch as the executive office is and has been operating outside of its original assigned boundaries for so long, it will require an amendment to the Constitution to add sufficient power to restore the checks and balances. The new amendment should include a ruling that the executive orders be restricted to the executive branch only, not to other branches of government, nor to the states, nor to the people, nor to other countries of the world. The President of the United States is the Chief Executive Administration Officer of the United States, not the King of the world. The President of the United States should be an emissary for his country by promoting the original Constitution and recommending the adoption of its principles for all countries. The founders knew that freedom, peace, and prosperity could be America's greatest export, and that the principles embodied in our Constitution could enrich the lives of all mankind. This is our greatest challenge today. Remember, the government based on the Constitution now and forever. The Thomas Jefferson Center for Constitutional Studies can help restore the Constitution with people just like you. If you really love America, if you love the Founding Fathers and have confidence in them, if you are concerned about our country and would like to be part of the healing of America in a positive way, join with the Thomas Jefferson Center. Learn with like-minded people how to reestablish the Constitution as the guiding law of our land. Remember, liberty of conscience, social, religious, and political, should be part of our motto. Contact us at thomasjeffersoncenter.com. Thank you very much.